He's saying you have to live a perfectly holy life. And therefore, not one of us qualifies, right? Not one of us qualifies. But what if Jesus says, I know that you won't qualify, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to earth. I'm going to live as a man. And I'm going to live on this earth. And I'm going to live a good life for you. And all the credit for living a good life, I'll give to you. And I'll take all your wrongdoing on myself. And what happened when he took all the wrongdoing upon himself? He was crucified. But not only was he crucified, he was put under the wrath and judgment of God. Okay? So there's a big exchange going on. Do you get it? He's exchanging his goodness for our sinfulness so that we could be free to enter heaven based not on what we did, but on what he did. That's the good news. So you can try to live a holy life, but you'll fail, or you can trust in Jesus Christ and his righteousness and receive a free gift of God. How's that? Sound good? Very good. I need you to read that. Okay. Hello. Now you can use this little microphone.
Okay.
Okay. Hold that.
Right.
Now see if you can answer the question. You want to stand back a little bit so you will not be blinded by being too close.
Okay. And it's the sentence first.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So you read what was in the phrase, yes?
Yeah.
Finished files are the results of years of scientific study combined with the experience of years. And the question was?
How many apps?
Yeah. And you said how many?
Oh, did I say 5?
I don't know what you said. I thought you said 3.
Oh yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you say 3?
I did say 3.
Okay.
I didn't count the O's.
Ah, so you see where people make mistakes. They can read something and miss the point, right? Okay, so now we move on to our second test. Are you ready?
There's another test.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Right, read out loud what's written in the 3 triangles.
Okay. Paris in the spring, bird in the hand, once in a lifetime.
And where's that accent from?
Donegal.
Okay, very good. I'm from Bangor, County Down originally.
I was thinking you're up that side anyway,
Yeah. So you've read, what did you say was the first, second, and third triangle here?
Paris in the spring, bird in the hand.
Now these are obviously phrases you've heard before.
Yeah.
Because they're so familiar with them that you wouldn't even read them.
Yeah.
Because if you'd have read it correctly, you would not have read Paris in the spring.
Would I not?
No?
What did I say?
You would have said Paris in the spring. Bleep that out.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the next one say?
Bird in the hand.
Now you're getting a bit of a stutter. And the third one?
Once in a lifetime.
Now, do you see that people often read things or are so familiar with things and yet they actually miss the point?
Yeah.
Right? Could you read something and completely miss what was being said?
I guess so.
Right. Now, you may not realize this, but I'm using this as a springboard. It might not look like I'm on a springboard to go straight from this into preaching the gospel.
Oh, wow.
Do you see the connection?
I do.
Do you?
Well, yeah, I suppose we're all familiar with...
Exactly. You might say, I've read that 1,000,000 times, or I've heard it in church, but you're missing what was actually being taught. Okay, so I've asked people questions like this. What do you think is the main message of the Bible? If you were to put it in a nutshell, for example.
Okay.
Don't lick that. No.
Oh, yeah. I suppose, it's about Jesus died for our sins, so we should endeavour not to sin ourselves and to just be good to each other.
Oh, so you're kind of sounding like you're reading it as if Jesus was setting the example.
Yeah.
But that's really not the message.
Really?
No, it's a substitution message. He took the place of the person who's condemned for breaking God's law.
He took our sins onto him.
Yes. The one who should be guilty gets off scot-free, and the one who was totally innocent pays the ultimate price. Not only does he get crucified, which is painful, right, and dies, which is the end, usually, but he was facing the full force of God's wrath. Imagine being at the bottom of the sea in a submarine.
Oh God, yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden, bam!
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the pressure. Imagine standing under the fullness of the force of God's wrath for all of the sin of not just your own sin, but the sins of the whole world.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus wasn't being punished for his own sin, but for the sins of every person who would ever put their trust in him. Okay, for all the believers. And therefore, what does the believer get from that? He says, well, I'll take the righteous life of Jesus, apply it to my life, and I will be treated by God as if I've not sinned. And that's the substitution. So a Christian is someone who says, I am placing my hope and my trust in Jesus Christ, that he paid the price for me. Now, supposing somebody says, we're charging two people for the same crime. Wait a second, what? Yeah, this guy got the death penalty, and then they said, well, he was actually innocent, so we're going to get someone else and give them the death penalty. We can't do that. That would be double jeopardy. Okay? Could Jesus be punished under the fullness of the wrath of God for someone's sin, and then God turned around to that sinner and says, and I'm going to give you the same punishment?
No.
No. And that's the point of substitution. Jesus took that place.
So it's the gratitude for that.
Yeah, and trust in saying, I believe that that's enough to satisfy God, that I don't have to face God's wrath myself one day, because otherwise you would have to face it all on your own. And that's a scary thought. Thank you very much. What's your name?
James.
James from Donegal. Good to see you, and thanks for stopping.
God bless.
Okay, just saying. Right? Can you see which ones you might have missed? No, that's not inside the phrase. You see, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Now hold that microphone up closely. I want to be able to. There's that one, and that one, and that one. Hey, do you see what could happen when you misread? I mean, look, not only that. Okay, now listen. We got all kinds of little tests here, but you can try the Mavs one. I haven't got that one today. But meantime, hold that a second. Hold that a second. Now, let's try the next test. People can read things as you have seen. Yeah. But how many people also read things and miss what is being said in other things? For example, have you ever? I just asked this general question. Let's see how you do. Do you ever read the Bible? No. Even if you did, okay. And we have here. I don't have any to give away. I don't think today. I think we give them all away as it is. We do have some more left. Even if you were to read this small John's Gospel, there's a possibility you could read this and not get the point. You could miss what was being said. So I will give this to you, and you can take it away and read it. Okay, I'll take that. Good exchange. Okay. And we can see if next time I see you, maybe you will have said, I read it. And we'll see, did you get the point? Did you miss what was being said, or did you get the message? And one question I have to follow that up is, what do you think is the message of the Bible? Do you have any idea at all? Be grateful. Oh, that's not bad, but it's not exactly. Hey, there's more to it than just being grateful. That's a good thing to be grateful, okay? But it's really, the whole message is about God, how good God is, and how not good we are. And how that one day we must all have to face God's. Yes, as you were saying, he sacrificed himself for those who would put their trust in him. How about you? It is? Well, you'll have no problem. Could you read what's in each of those three triangles? Go ahead. It's a recording. It's to hear people what they say. Okay, I'm guessing that you have heard those phrases before and therefore didn't actually read it. Really? I'm only guessing that's maybe... There you go. You see, this time you got it right. And it's because of familiarity sometimes that people don't actually read this. Just goes past them. There you go. Are you a proofreader? There you go. Okay, what does it say there? Okay. All right. Now, have you got an answer?
What?
What's your answer? How many times did you see the F there in that phrase? Very good. Do you know what the average person says? 3.
The right answer is
6. 6. Well, you don't believe me? I know that these two guys here and this group here, are y'all from America? No. Okay, I'm going to America this year. This is a microphone, just recording people's reactions. Okay. Where's the 6? Did you not see that one and that one and that one? Now that tells you something, doesn't it? That people can read things and miss what is being said. Am I right? But obviously you've seen this sort of thing before, right? And people make mistakes, don't they? The guy who invented the pencil put a rubber on the other end of it. Why? Well, he knew people was going to make mistakes. Now, if you could make a mistake about something as simple as that, how many did you count, by the way?
It's what, 5, is it?
Well, there are. I pointed out the 6 already.
Oh, there is 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, 6, yeah.
Yes, a lot of people, as the lady there from America did, she counted 3. And the average person says 3. So, because there are 6. Now, then my next question, you ready for it? Okay, see if you can, what?
Yeah.
See, your brain's starting to kick in. That's the thing, you think. No.
If you're counting the cardboard as a box.
Well, not counting that as a box. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, quick question before you go, okay? And you're not from Phoenix? Can see that shirt? Okay. So, I'm using this as a springboard for preaching. Do you see any connection between what I'm saying and what I've just said? What's the connection with this and preaching? Do you see any connection? Could I use that to transition from one thing to the other? You see how I could do that? How people can have a text in front of them and miss what is being said, and they could read it all their life and go, I know what it says, and they don't know what it says. They haven't got a clue. Because one of the questions I've asked people out on the street, just as a general information thing, is, hey, can you tell me what do you think is the general, in a nutshell, message of the Bible? They look at you like, well, yeah, they don't, but they really don't. So that's my question. Have you an answer?
I just read things more carefully. Read between the lines, I guess.
So when it comes to the message of the Bible, do you think, do you read it at all? No. So that wouldn't help that answer. What is the message of the Bible? I don't know. I've never read it. Maybe some people have even read the cover of a book and went, based on the cover, I wouldn't be going near that. But they haven't read it. Yet there's phrases from the Bible pop up in everyday life. Do not judge lest you be judged. You hear that, people saying. Lots of phrases that you wouldn't think, where is that? Where have I heard that before? It's actually from the Bible. And people use the Bible at funeral services, at weddings, all kinds of things. But my question was simply this. What is the overall, in a nutshell, condensed, what is the message? And you don't know. Do you know? Well, it might be a good place to start. Go and investigate that. But you could say in 3 words, condense it all down to 3 words. God saves sinners. And then you'd have to expand upon it and say, what do you mean God? What do you mean sinners? And how does he save people? And that would be the 2 bookends of the Bible. Okay? God is good, holy. We're not. It's a collision course for disaster. But God's plan is how he's going to save certain individuals. Okay? I encourage you, get out your Bible, the one that your grandmother may have given you or someone, and give it a read. Okay.